So guys, Manchester United's search for an interim manager continues, and when we hear the interim manager's position of Manchester United, there is a particular name that keeps popping up, and that name is Michael Carrick. We all know what Michael Carrick was as a player at Manchester United. We all know he was one of the best midfielders in the Premier League and one of the best English midfielders. So what was he as a coach? What is his philosophy? How did he look to set up Middlesbrough, and how will he look to set up Manchester United? So guys, let's dive into this video together. So guys, let's actually talk about the whole formation and tactics of Carrick. And of course, we all know that the formation is not the most important thing. I feel the position that the players take up on the pitch is definitely the most important thing. So we are going to be talking about the formation, the tactics, and how Carrick is looking up to set, how he looks to set Middlesbrough, and how he's looking up to set Manchester United. So of course, he likes to play in 4-2-3-1 shape. But this shape does not really matter because the intentions of his players on the ball and out of the ball is definitely different. So when the goalkeeper is with the ball, of course, the number 10 is going to try to join the number 9 at the front. So they are going to play in like a 4-2-2-2 shape. And then when the defenders holds the ball to progress, right back is going to join the defensive duo to form a three at the back, while the left back is going to look to join the attack. And then Manchester United is going to be lining up in a 3-2-4-1 shape. So this is basically the shape that like Michael Carrick likes to play on the ball. So if you put the current Manchester United squad in this particular shape, you're going to find out that Mazraoui and Lisandro Martinez are going to be the ball progressors. They are going to be the players that are going to take up these ball progression duties, and then Meno and Casemiro are going to take up the midfield role. Of course, you know, in Meno, we're going to have a player that can be able to play with his back to goal, that can dribble out of tight spaces, that can regulate out of tight spaces, and that can progress the ball from deeper areas of the pitch. And then with Casemiro, you have a player that can be able to unlock the defense with a lot of long range passes. And then in the attack, of course, you're going to be having a lot of dilemma because Amad Diallo is more better than Kohan and Brian Mbeumo in terms of 1v1 situation. So we are going to be seeing Amad Diallo starting regardless because he's definitely on form of his life. So in the wing, we are going to be having Amad and Brian Mbeumo, and then one of Sesko and Kohan is going to be starting at the attack for Manchester United. So many football fans are going to say that this 3-2-4-1 shape is a very familiar shape, and of course it's a very familiar shape because this was the shape that Ruben Amorim often used at Manchester United, and this was the shape that Pep Guardiola's treble-winning team used at Manchester City, and this is the shape that Mikel Arteta's Arsenal is currently using. So it is a very wonderful shape, and it's a very nice shape to use, especially in the Premier League. Many coaches, great coaches, Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta have been able to use this system and be able to dominate in the Premier League. And so what is the essence of using this 3-2-4-1 shape? Why is Michael Carrick using this philosophy? So the aim of using this shape is basically to create an overload on every part of the pitch. So what Michael Carrick is looking to do is to create an overload on every part of the pitch, particularly in the middle, because he's a coach that likes to form this box on the middle of the park. So Manchester United are going to be having Kobe Mino, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes and Rashford forming this box at the middle of the park. And this does not mean that Carrick is a coach that doesn't like to play with the width or he doesn't like to play with the lane. Of course, he plays in the Sir Alex Ferguson super attacking team, so of course he's definitely going to like to use the wings to play. But of course, he likes to use more of the middle. He likes his midfielders to hold more of the ball. And when he was at Middlesbrough, I think Aiden Hackney was the player that he likes to use to get more on the ball as often as possible. So what Michael Carrick is looking to do is to form this box in the middle of the park so that all the players in this box can be able to find themselves, play under pressure, and try to manipulate tight spaces. There are always reasons why manager choose to use a particular philosophy and chooses to use a particular system, which we are going to get into in a bit. Guys, this is the point in the video where I stopped to ask you guys for a favor. Tactical Trafford wants to get to 80k subscribers by the end of 2026. So I want you guys to please help me to subscribe to this video. It's going to do the channel another favor. So guys, of course we know that in every manager system there's definitely going to be limitations. So the idea of Michael Carrick using a box midfield setup to actually play in the middle of the park was actually limited, and he was actually struggling in the championship, talk less of when he moves to the Premier League in a team like Manchester United where there's going to be a lot of pressure. Probably, of course, he cannot be able to succeed. And when you play teams like Crystal Palace that likes to play, that doesn't like to press, that likes to occupy the middle of the pitch, of course you are going to be forced out wide, and it is not going to really be a nice system for Manchester United to play. So what Michael Carrick was looking to do was that he evolved. He actually evolved. So what he was looking to do was that instead of his team playing in just a stagnated, box midfield shape where you just have to find players in the middle and try to send it out wide, what he actually did was that he made his midfielders to actually to play in a staggered midfield shape. And what is a staggered midfield shape? I think it's quite different from what we already saw from the box. So what will happen is that the players are going to stay out wide. I think they're going to stay wider from their initial position. So what they are looking to do was that they are looking to occupy a more wider zone, which is going to definitely affect the pass that they can be able to receive and the pass that they can be able to play. So in this situation, you're going to find out that, for example, Michael Carrick from this position, if he stays wider, it is going to actually sharpen the kind of pass he's going to receive. And when he receives this ball in that kind of angle, of course, he can be able to make the half turn, he can be able to attack the opposition goal, he can be able to run at the position defenders. But if he was slightly back where he's going to receive the ball, it is back to go with a lot of pressures and with a lot of players behind him. Of course, he's not going to be able to play well. So that is why I like Michael Carrick and I want him to be the interim manager, of course, of Manchester United, because he's a coach that I've been able to see that he has been able to evolve his idea. I know there are several managers, just like Ruben Amorim, it was very hard for him to evolve his idea as Manchester United. But with Michael Carrick, he tried a particular system, it didn't work, it was limited. He was able to, switch to another system. So one of the characteristics of Michael Carrick that is going to bring at Manchester United is definitely adaptability. He's a coach that can be able to adapt. And so playing from the middle alone does not really just change anything. So one of the things that Michael Carrick was also looking to evolve and change in his pattern was that players from the midfield are going to be making runs in there. Because of course, if you're playing against a team that is going to make keeps a high line, it's going to be really hard to break them. So what Michael Carrick was looking to do was that players from this midfield that are forming this box, or maybe the attackers, they are going to make runs in behind. And when they make these runs in behind, even opposition that likes to keep highlight, they're going to be worried about these players that are going to make him once in behind. So if you're playing against a team that likes to keep a compact shape, that likes to maintain their defensive line, so if these players constantly make runs in behind, it's going to cause their midfield shape and their defensive shape to be altered. And when their midfield and defensive shapes are altered, it is going to give the midfielders a lot of time on the ball to think, and it's going to give the midfielders a lot of time to find players on the wider zones of the pitch. So this is how Michael Carrick looks to play, and this is definitely the philosophy of Michael Carrick when he was at Middlesbrough. And I want you guys to give me your thoughts on the comment section on if you feel this system is going to work at Manchester United. I want you guys to like, to share, to subscribe to Trafford as we be making more videos on Manchester United. So see you guys in my next video.